Hi everybody, and welcome to day 3 of December Daily Ornaments. For this one, I'm really excited to share with you. I used a wooden plank and I'm using distress paints in shabby shutters, forest moss, tumbled glass, wild honey, and rusty hinge. And I do later bring in some chipped sapphire. And it's all about getting a painty layer on this. So I thought I would start with the dark colors. So I went in with forest moss and rusty hinge for the base layer. And then I dried that with my heat gun. And then I went in with some wild honey. Dried that. And this is when I brought in the chipped sapphire. And I only wanted a very little bit. And that's why I rub it off almost immediately. I just wanted to get a little bit of that dark color. And then I'm adding tumbled glass. And I'm taking some sandpaper and just lightly going over it so a little bit of the previous layers will show through. And then I'm going to cover it with shabby shutters. So I thought I would use some distress stain, and I used cracked pistachio and what color is that one? It was peacock feather. I had to go check. So now I'm just going to draw some panels, like you know how doors can have different panel styles. So I just thought I would draw a couple. And I didn't go look at a door to try to figure out a style. I mean, this is just a Christmas ornament, so you do whatever you like. Or you don't have to add any panels if you don't want to. So I thought that one was up a little bit too high, so I erase it and draw it over, bringing it down just a little bit. I probably could have left it and it wouldn't have bothered me, but it was only pencil, so I thought, why not? So this is a wood burning tool, and I really don't know much of anything at all when it comes to wood burning. All I wanted to do was just to get the lines engraved type of thing. And it did the job. Now keep in mind this video is sped up, so as slow as it looks, I actually went slower. And then I decided to go in and do another line so it didn't look, I don't know, not that it was perfect because the lines weren't straight, but I just wanted to look more, I don't know, shabby, or I don't know, just more sketchy. And honestly, I think these lines, as simple as they are, I think they added so much to the door. I'm so glad that I added them. Well, I guess I didn't even tell you that I was making a door. I've seen in the past, people have done popsicle sticks and glued them together and made doors. And I thought about doing that, but then when I saw these wooden planks in the dollar store, I thought they would be fantastic for a door. Now when I'm doing these ornaments, I'm only making one. I know the little houses I made two, but that was because the first one wasn't turning out the way I wanted it to. So for now, I'm only making one of each, just because, time crunch. This is walnut stain, by the way. So I may go in later when I have more time, if I ever get more time, and make more of these, because I really love how they turned out. So I'm just going around the edge with the walnut stain, and then I decide to add a little tiny bit on the front just to grunge it up a tiny bit. As you see, I'm doing the same technique like I did with the chipped sapphire, applying it and then wiping it off. Originally, I was going to do this in hopes of getting the walnut stain to go down into those wood burn lines, but that wasn't going to happen using it this way without the whole door going dark, and I didn't want that to happen. I liked the color that was on the door. So I decided to go in with a paintbrush and just go in those wood burn lines. And as simple as this is, honestly, I love how this turned out. And there's not too many things that I do that I will say I love it, because usually I'm critiquing something about it and something is annoying me. And I'm not saying this is perfect by any means, but I love it. I think it turned out so cute. So far, this one is my favorite. I know I've only done 3 different ones. But before, it was going to be the little house with the music sheet paper collaged on it. But this one stole the #1 spot. And then that little house with the music sheet paper on it is #2. I'm horrible for that. I can't just simply say I like something. Something has to be a favorite. It has to rank somewhere. I don't know why I'm like that, but I do that often. With that being said, I say a lot of things are my favorite. So since it's a door for Christmas, it needs to have a Christmas wreath. So that garland that I got, this is what I got it for. So I could cut off some of the stems and use it for leaves or to make a wreath. So I snipped 2 pieces off and I'm joining them together just by twisting them and making a circle. At first when it came in, it was like, oh, well, this isn't very pretty at all. It's so huge, like hairy. So I took the scissors and I gave it a good trim. And I wasn't even aware of the mess I was making until after. That makes a huge mess, chopping those bits off. So maybe if I think about it next time, I'll do it over a garbage can. But it looked really cute after it got a little trim. Isn't that cute? I think it is. So I'm just taking some of this baker's twine to make a little bow for the top of the wreath. Seriously, like how cute is that? And I don't know about you, but I have lots of stuff from my scrapbooking days, and I remember when the wood veneers were so popular, and look at all the ones that I have that I never used because they were too cute and I was afraid to use them all up. How crazy is that? So I'm taking these little stars and I'm adding them to the wreath because any berries or anything like that I had would have been way too big. And I apologize, but my head, when I'm gluing these stars to the wreath, my head is constantly getting in the view. And it's only since I switched cameras, I went from using my regular camera for videos to using an actual video camera. And the positioning of it, like I didn't change where the stand was mounted because it's mounted to my ceiling, so I really don't want to move it, but I'm going to have to play around with the angle of the camera because nobody wants to see the top of my head. So I do apologize. I'm just going to use some glue gun to add the wreath to the door. Seriously, it makes me so happy. I love it when things work out. See, creating a cute ornament like this, it makes the stress of me putting this challenge on myself worth it. And if everybody else enjoys this, it makes it worth it as well. Hopefully I'm not doing this just for me. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys make some too. Like this door, I mean, come on, don't you want one of these? It is so freaking cute. And that was just a button, by the way, that I added for the doorknob. Now I'm taking a piece of twine and just gluing it on the back. Now I don't know if the back of this is going to bother me at all, and if it does, I'm just going to like paint it out or add a piece of cardstock to the back. But chances are I'm not going to see it, so it'll probably stay the way it is. And that is it for day number 3. I hope you like it as much as I do. Thanks. Bye.